Here we are, and welcome to another summer edition of the Friday Night Movie Podcast. We are so dedicated to doing this show. I'm sitting on the floor of a hotel room, and Lily is probably sitting in 85-degree heat.
It's probably a cool 82 in here. And
I arrived at my hotel last night because I had
you made them let them buy you a new air conditioner.
A crazy trip. And I get to my room at 2:30 in the morning, knowing that I have to be up at 6, okay?
To be on television.
To be on
shout
television.
out. I'll shout you out.
To be on television.
On CBS. CBS?
CBS. I mean, I'm on CBS's security cameras all the time.
All the time. Your daughter, who is here, by the way, in case you didn't know where she was.
I need to know about this.
She was like, she kind of like didn't care. And then she popped back out and was like, wait, like the real CBS? And I was like, sort of.
That's why I sent her pictures of me posing with the pictures.
With the
like, you know how the movie,
the TV shows.
The TV show, like the networks always have big framed, nice posters of their big TV shows. So Ghosts and Elsbeth are two of the big shows in our house that my kids watch all the time, and we all watch together. So I posed with those pictures just to try to get her attention.
It did, because she popped back out and she was like, is it the real CBS or did he just like sneak in? And I was like, no, it's real.
And so...
I mean, it's like the San Francisco one, but it's
a major market. It's incredible.
Yeah,
Shout out, by the way, to the great Amy Prenner, public relations genius who hooked it up. So it's 2:30 in the morning after I've been traveling all day. Missed flights. My bags came on a different flight than me. I get to my hotel. I get to my room, and I see the temperature is 78 degrees in my room, which I'm like, oh, this is Lily's perfect room.
The perfect temperature for an
And then I go to push it to 67, which is my temperature that I prefer, and it goes to 67 and then turns off. And then I did it again, and I'm like, oh, I must have hit the wrong button.
Because it can't go to 67.
No, it couldn't turn off.
It's not, that's too low. That's what I told your daughter, who made the air, like my house is going to explode. Every day she lowers the temperature of the air conditioner in her room, and it started at like what was already refrigerator temperature, and now she keeps lowering it. I went in there the other day and I was like, what is this temperature? I didn't know numbers go that low on an air conditioner. And she was like, what? It's like 68. And I was like, that's not a temperature people live at. You can't put this machine through that kind of stress. Well, and she was like, my house is at 65.
Oh, and they had one of those wall ones like you have, which I love because those really freeze up a room good.
I'm afraid she has frostbite. Like, she's going to be like Han Solo. Like that room has frost on the walls. Exactly.
2:30 in the morning. It's already getting to 3. And I went down to the lovely woman at the front desk, this woman, Yasmin, and I said, Yasmin, I'm so sorry. Because when I came in at 2:30, she said, oh, long night. Yeah, I said, well, you know what? As long as I've got air conditioning, I'll sleep fine. And then I came back.
It's not hot in San Francisco.
No, but it's 78 degrees in this room. And so I came back down and I said, I'm so sorry it's so late, but my room is 78 degrees and the air conditioner won't turn on. And then it took a couple of tries to find me a new room because the first new room that they found me was supposed to be empty, but we walked in and it definitely had somebody's bags and stuff in it.
Amazing.
I think the person so now I'm in another room.
Or it was the ghost in your hotel.
This is, there's some haunted vibes here. Anyways, so, you know, other than that, things have been great. I have been reading is not the exact term because I have read, but I'm also going back.
Someone is reading.
Well, I was reading and then I did audio because traveling, I was particularly car sick on my travels.
Tiny planes.
Yeah, the tiny plane. Anyways.
In the wind.
And whoever the professional readers are of this book, which I have to now remember the name of, because it has
Sometimes
a name.
It's the author, which is cool.
What'd you say?
Sometimes it's the author that reads the book.
So this book is called None Shall Sleep by Ellie Marney, recommended by my daughter. And I told you, show of epic proportions. But
I worry
But the two people who are reading it, and I can't see online who's reading it, but the two people who are reading it do such a good job that I am
Why is there
so
two
all in.
people?
What?
That's
Because it's a YA version of the Silence of the Lambs type story about these.
Okay, but those two things don't go together.
Well, they're not.
One is about murder and wearing other people's skin and cannibalism.
In fairness, in this one, so far, no one's eating anyone. They are maybe doing a little bit of bathing in blood, but in general, it's really gripping. The characters are awesome, and it's about these teenagers. It's, fictionalized teenagers in the 80s in the FBI. The FBI recruits to interview teenage serial killers that they don't understand, and there is a character that's like the Hannibal Lecter, which is the main guy that they're interviewing over and over again, and his voice is done by a male actor, and it's done so well. And I am just so deeply,
because when you think of Hannibal Lecter, you think of like young adult fiction. That's what comes to mind.
I'm telling you.
I think, wasn't Ramona like the detective stories when we were kids? Like
Ramona and the Beast.
Isn't that like a detective something, or the?
I mean, Encyclopedia Brown.
Encyclopedia Brown.
Oh,
that's what it is.
I love
Encyclopedia Brown and Harriet the Spy. I feel like those are Spy Kids.
Well, okay.
Things have turned very dark.
My daughter's 14. All I can say is this is way better than anything I was assigned in high school. If these were the books people had me read, I would be
read to you.
Well, yeah, read to me. But either way, it's so exciting. But there has been a change in schools. My kids, when my kids were in public school, the elementary school teachers, they were very much, we're supportive of whatever the kids want to read. They want to read a graphic novel. They want to read that. Like when I was a kid, you couldn't get away with that. It was like, no, you're reading The Pigman, which, by the way, I kind of like. Did you read The Pigman?
No.
No. Well, I read The Pigman.
Or Animal Farm.
I mean, yeah, that's a cool one. But I'm just saying, this book is pretty awesome, and I don't think I don't know if
and it's recent. It's from 2020.
I hope someone's optioned it because
it is. It's already
It is optioned because I will watch every minute of either a series or a movie series of this. Like I'm 1,000% in.
It seems terrifying, and it also is called None Shall Sleep, like your child who reads this book.
Yeah. Oh no, I definitely can't listen to it before I fall asleep. If I have to turn it off before I go to bed.
That's a bit. I mean, but so it wasn't required reading by the school. It's that she'd found this book and was like, "I want to read this."
I don't know how my kids have read so many more books in their lifetime than I have read in mine. I don't know how they end up with them at this point. I know they have to read some for school, but other books kind of pop up. Okay, we need to change topics because people do not tune into this podcast to hear about books.
Absolutely not. But that will one day be TV shows. And then we'll talk more about it.
This will be a great.
But speaking about like murder and TV shows, Becky got me into a show called Department Q on Netflix.
Ooh, never heard of that.
Which is a like perfect dad show of like
our dad.
Our dad who loves like a British mystery.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a Scottish mystery, I guess. It took me a really long time to figure out that the main character was Scottish. And that it takes place in Scotland.
What episode are you up to?
Episode 3.
I think we've watched through episode 4. We're on episode 5.
No, yeah, I don't think. Anyways,
now, is this on like Acorn or what is this on?
No, Netflix. It's on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Who's the guy that's in it?
It's Matthew Goode.
But who do I confuse him with?
I love Matthew Goode so much. He's the guy who played
Matthew Goode.
He played Robert Evans.
I have a patient blindness thing with him. Did you know that? No, I confuse him with Ben Winshaw.
Oh,
I think he's the same person as that.
Definitely, I could see you confusing with other people, but he's so good.
Just trying to motion you so I can see both of you.
He's so good in it, and it's a really interesting mystery. I can't say too much about it because at the end of the first
all you needed to say is Matthew Goode. That is a guy.
Matthew Goode is like a very rightfully so down and out detective.
He looks so raggedy.
He's so raggedy.
Like, he's
That's
so
great,
handsome.
but he's the
normally.
actual lead in this.
But he is so handsome still.
But he's so, like, older looking and craggly.
And there's a good explanation of why he's craggly and stuff, but he's a great detective. And it's not like Slow Horses where he's, like, gross.
No.
He's still very handsome. He's just seen some shit. Like, and the first episode is constructed so well. It could be a movie, but it is an insane, like, cliffhanger. And then you start the show. It's almost like a cold open. The way the first episode
is in it that you love. Kelly MacDonald.
I do like Kelly MacDonald.
Love Kelly MacDonald. I
don't think I know anybody else I've ever heard of who's in that show.
So there's two people we like, right?
Matthew Goode as a lead, I'm in, because most of the time when I see Matthew Goode in something, the first thing I remember him from, of course, is when he was the love interest on The Good Wife for a little while. And that was the person that I wanted her to end up with the most, but I never finished the show, so I don't know.
He was on that show?
He was like another lawyer.
They made a prequel. That's what happened.
What?
He's also in the Downton Abbey.
The Good Wife. They made a prequel show called The Good Fight, right?
That's a prequel? No, I think it's a sequel.
Is it a sequel?
I think it's a sequel.
I thought it was like in the Better Call Saul kind of vein, but I haven't seen it.
I don't know.
Don't get your entertainment news from me.
As
you know, I have not prepared.
Yeah, no, it is Matthew Goode. Sorry, I got nervous for a second.
But the other thing that he's in he's amazing in is The Offer, when he plays Robert Evans.
Yeah, he's so good in that. He's so good.
There's a show where he's the main guy. I don't care what it's about. I'm watching it.
No, it's cool.
Yeah, he makes it very
cool.
watchable.
So far, it's cool. And I think Becky's on episode 4. I'm on episode 5.
And what's it called? Scottish Owls?
It's called Apartment Q.
Apartment Q. Okay, sorry. I don't know where I got Scottish.
Oh, you know the woman in Game of Thrones who's that queen that breastfeeds her like 10-year-old?
You're right. She is in it.
She plays his like awful boss.
Oh, she's the one they throw in the pit, right?
Yes. Yeah. Well, does her son push her in the pit? Maybe.
Someone does. No, or whatever. Either way, that is one of the funniest deaths in that show.
That is a great death in the show. She's excellent because she's just so like smarmy, and she plays his like hard boss that's like annoyed at him and that's giving him a hard time. But yeah, it definitely takes place in Edinburgh, which I can't pronounce.
Edinburgh.
And he's British, but everybody else is Scottish. So it took me a minute to figure out what was happening with everybody's accents.
Lily can't understand. Lily can't understand.
We are like staunch no subtitle people, and it is unwatchable without the subtitles.
No, I'm all for
must have subtitles.
You're staunch no subtitle people?
We are like very serious no subtitle people. We will not watch with subtitles.
That's controversial.
And this show.
Oh, you and your husband, not you and Lily.
No, me and my husband.
No, not me. First of all, everything I watch has Spanish subtitles. So
No. But this was one of the few exceptions where we looked at each other and I was like, I don't understand a thing. I mean, neither do I. It's too much homework to try and understand their accents.
Privilege of watching some shows with your daughter who loves a rewatch. And she quietly leaned over and she was like, sorry, do we need the subtitles in Espanol? Because I feel like you speak English. And I was like, do you though? Can we just, it's a learning experience for you because I can't hear a goddamn thing. Let's just leave them on. That way you can learn. It's like you're learning in Spain. So I love a subtitle situation.
You have my daughter with you.
Oh, which my God.
Is like, so usually it's like who has mom with them. And believe me, I have mom with me.
Today Lily had Fanya with her because I was Fanyaing all over town today.
You're fine.
I made a god-awful mess in Lily's kitchen. Did you talk about
I did not. Becky, wait, I have to say, more funny or funnier than being with your daughter is Becky coming up to me today after I left my kitchen immaculate so that she could do some food prep because she's being so nice to like prep Shabbat dinner for tomorrow. And I cleaned up my kitchen. I was like, she's a great working space. Then I see her a few hours later and she goes, I have good news and bad news. And she was like, the good news is me and Kostek could definitely clean up a murder and get away with it. The bad news is I broke that glass of strawberry smoothie in your refrigerator and exploded all over your kitchen.
That's a real
But
moment.
Lily,
let me tell
like
you,
the goddamn continuity detective she is, had to come in and find the
I
one
was like,
drop. There's one goddamn drop.
She's in my living room later, and I just go over to her and I whisper, and I was like, sorry, you're going to jail, bitch. I was like, because there's definitely like blood on the freezer. I just found it. She's like, damn it. I thought we got away with
Lily,
it.
you're gonna have to apply to apprentice Kelsey Stokes, the greatest script supervisor ever, with your continuity.
I should. But anyways, having your daughter is a gift and a privilege, and she's so funny. Oh my God. Do you know what? I don't know if this will translate of how funny she is. I'll tell you one of the funny things she said. Because like there's so many. I guess you just write them down. I was like, at a certain point, I stopped writing them down.
I have to say this. We have very high standards of how funny our kids are to be, meaning they can get away with a lot if they make us laugh.
Oh my God,
they gotta really land it.
So I was like walking around with her a little bit yesterday, and we go into a store, and I was like, look, like, can you believe these? I'm trying to show her things that are different here than at home. And I was like, look at these cookies that they're just selling here. And they're like a chocolate dipped cookie, like I guess cookies dipped in chocolate. And they have a donut hole in the middle of them. And they're for some reason called Filipinos. That's the name of the cookie. And I'm like showing that to her, and I was like, isn't that insane? And she was like, I think they're Filipinos. And I was like, I don't, just like
she was just giving you a different pronunciation,
a different take on it, and like being like, you're the one who's being racist. These cookies are just Filipinos. She's just so funny because it's FILI.
What is it like? Okay, so because she's like closer to an adult now than a kid, and it's usually the three of us. Like, if something happens to me, like, are you good with her stepping in? Like, is she good at carrying some of the bits?
Poo.
Sorry, I know it upsets you. But
I don't like. That's not it. I am happy to add another musketeer. There's no replacements of this.
Like, she's almost at the point where she can like, she can hang right now, but she's like a couple years away from really being able to hang with the Gorman.
Do you know what she said to me and Becky? She was like, so can I swear in front of you guys? And Becky and I were like, she's also like knows that we both have potty mouths, especially me. She knows I have a potty mouth. So we were like, well, your dad mentioned the other day, he happened to just mention that he didn't appreciate how much you were swearing post-camp. And, I have an aunt, and she just looks at both of us. She goes, are you cool aunts or not? And the two of us, Shai, it was like, we were like, oh my God, we're cool. We're cool. We're so cool.
I was like,
fuck this.
We're fucking cool.
We're the fucking coolest. Whatever. Fuck that. Yeah. We're like, go for it. Yeah, so cool. So cool. Coolest ever.
I've like made a point since then to be like,
shit.
Be like, oh, shit. I still might, to like insert a few so she continues to think I'm cool.
So we definitely were like, forget that rule. We never confirmed that with anyone. We were just like, we're
Lily
so cool.
was very invested in knowing what the screen time rules were, but not the cursing rules.
Right.
But yeah, well, you know what? I got to tell you, things that are worse for you between the two.
Cursing is screen time. Yeah.
Cursing is a lot less worse for you.
And you'd rather she was off the screen cursing with us
than on
watching.
But this makes me so happy because I have to say,
for a kid who has a phone on her, she like does not know
how to answer a goddamn text.
That's true. And she's very funny on that way. And she's not on her phone a lot, which is nice.
Or like what I meant, she's so well behaved with her phone. She was overhanging at my place with my suegros, with my in-laws that are visiting. The Coopercation has begun.
Is this their first time in Spain?
Yes. First time in Canary Island. And those are different stories that we'll tell another time. And she's hanging at my place. We're sitting around the table eating something, and her phone rings, and it's like clearly Lily who's been trying to reach us. And I'm like, fine, answer it. I think Lily's trying to reach us. But the rule is so strict, I guess, in your household of no phones at the table that she like was truly conflicted and didn't know what to do. So I forced her to answer it. She stepped away into another room very, very quickly, came back, but then like wouldn't talk about the call because she
didn't relay the message to Becky that I needed her to relay.
Because there's no phones.
Talk like at the table. Also, the other day I didn't have my phone near me, and I was like, hey, can you Google this quickly? And she was like, nope, screen time limit. There's a limit. I can't. And I was like, damn it, give me that. I was like, can you overwrite that? I need to know something quickly. And she was like, hold on. I have to put in the codes that they use for the nuclear weapons.
I got a notification. Don't worry.
I got a notification. It was my fault because she was like, fine, I got to put the nuclear codes in. You're going to hear about this.
My immediate reaction was like, this is clearly the Tia.
The Tia was like, I was like, that is dumb. I need to know something right now. And my phone is too far from me.
In case you're wondering if she's related to you, whenever she comes back into the apartment, she hibernates in her room at a nice, crisp, like 52 degrees.
Yeah, we talked about that. Which I admire. She's been working. You know what she called working for the first time in her life? A nightmare. She's like, you just have to go somewhere, be there on time. You're there all day. And then you come back so tired. She was like, this is terrible. I was like, yes, that's what work is.
But keep in mind, to balance out the working, she's had a massage, she's had a spa day, she's getting into a hotel soon.
Yeah. No, she's having. I'm so glad
her toe in the working world.
That's great. Good for her. She's young. It's still not necessarily legal for her to work.
Someone said that to me. They were like, sorry, how are you legally having your niece do this work? And I was like, sorry, are you the IRS? Like, back off. It's just an experiment. Calm down.
This is Spain.
Child labor laws.
Socialist country. Everyone works.
Exactly.
Okay?
I was like,
or no one works. Which one is it?
Exactly.
We'll never know.
I was like, simmer down with the labor laws all of a sudden in a country where there's siesta for 3 hours. Oh, she's doing great.
There are so many more stories. I feel like we have to wrap up.
So can I just update you on Mom? Because obviously I've been traveling with Mom and Dad. And first of all, having the best time with them. But this is now I think my second or third solo trip with Mom and Dad this year. And
bless your heart.
Mom is a phenomenon because
that's why they call her the White Wonder.
She went out, the white-haired wonder. She went out, we were in Aspen, Colorado. She went out for a hike, okay? She came back to the hotel and was like, I don't know where my Apple Watch is. And she was making me late in the process. So you know how I feel about when you're supposed to be somewhere and you don't show the lobby on time?
Have you seen her ping her Apple Watch while it's on her wrist?
Have you ever seen her ping her Apple Watch with her hearing aids, listening like a detective in a hotel lobby, putting her ear up to the desk?
Becky's dropped the headphones. She's laughing so hard.
Because I've seen so many versions of this. And she walks around.
And she has the map on her phone and she's showing the people in the lobby, it's here. Mom can't hear the ding. We're all hearing some ding go off, but we can't figure out where it's coming from. So Mom's just wandering around, like trying to sense
at the bottom of the jacuzzi, because that's a real classic mom move to lose something at the bottom of a jacuzzi.
It was
and get it back and return.
Someone had put it in the lost and found, but the lost and found was like behind a locked door. And the security people weren't there.
Stuff back. Poor Dad one time left a phone at a cafe. For 3 seconds, he turned around, someone stole it. Mom, they're just like, everyone's holding her very expensive equipment. Over and over and over again. The woman does not learn her lesson.
And it was locked behind this door. And Mom's like,
we gotta go. Everyone's waiting for us.
I'll just come back later and get it. Okay. So with that, I just want to hear let's review very quickly before you leave. Did you guys watch Happy Gilmore 2 yet?
No, we have not.
So I'm just going to
maybe that can be our Friday
Let's do a breakdown. It's a really, really.
I mean, I literally can't. I'm getting scolded.
Oh, okay.
People are waiting for us. We're quite late.
This episode is now over. Happy Gilmore 2 another time. I love you guys.
Another time. We haven't seen it, so we'll. Okay.
And if you're listening to this in San Francisco, our movie's showing August 3rd on the weekend. This will come out on Friday, so in Oakland and San Francisco.
Get tickets. All right.
Bye.
Love you.
Thanks, guys. Thank you for listening to Friday Night Movie, the sibling rivalry and pop culture podcast. Join the Friday Night Movie family by following @FryNightMovie on all of the socials and visiting our website, FryNightMovie.com. Our theme song is by What Does It Eat? And make sure to leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for listening.